I've been taking pictures since, I first had a camera for years and years, but they've been snapshots. And I had no idea really about composition, and every once in a while, I was lucky I'd get a nice picture. So there was no real thought of doing other than just sort of documenting an image. So I've gotten to the point where I said, I want to have my pictures be a little more interesting. So I needed to know more about my camera. I expected to learn how to control my camera, which I had no idea about before. I just left it on aperture or speed and let the camera figure everything else out. But the other key for me was I had very little idea about composition. And once you start using the different parameters of the aperture or speed, you can actually compose a picture. Do you want what's in the background or don't you want what's in the background? And if you're on auto, you get what the camera tells you. Mm-hmm. And so this is, to me, is sort of the first step in learning how to really compose a picture. I've taken several classes before, but I just sort of feel like they didn't answer the questions that I wanted. Oh, it's infinitely better. It's not even close to some of the other classes. And the biggest difference was when we learn about a particular parameter that we were going to change, whether it's speed or ISO or the aperture, we would then, as homework, go home and do that particular, whichever one it was, say speed, we would make different pictures with the different speed. And before, when I was just setting it on speed and letting the camera figure out everything else, I didn't know what I had to do. Understanding now how I can control the picture it's a huge difference, just huge. I loved it. But because normally, I just can go home and take pictures, and some of them turn out and some of them they don't. But when you have a project that says this is what you have to do, and let's see what your results are, you learn. You really learn from doing the homework. The book there was plenty of information in there that told me exactly what I needed to accomplish, and so I had a guide, and then I could look and see what I was doing and see whether I accomplished what the homework did. And I have to say that there were a lot more pictures taken than ever brought back here for you to see that were thrown away. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this is definitely the best class. And I think because I went home and I was given homework assignment, which in many cases I thought was pretty challenging. It seems simple when you look at it and know we're just going to change the ISO or we're just going to do this. But when you start doing it and then you forget to change the other things, the pictures don't come out well. And you learn to take a look at your camera and adjust it so that you get a good picture. How do you want a rating? 10? On a scale of 10? 10. No question about it. You are extremely knowledgeable. And I think the biggest thing is that you could get the information over to us so it was understandable. I've been to a couple of the other classes and they were talking over my head all the time. And it was, no, I don't understand that. But you were able to answer our questions and got the information to me so I can actually understand it. So I feel good about what I've learned now, that I have really learned something.